what makes a good disc golf course/hole design? Lou, I know you've had some experience with course design, so I'll start with you.
Yeah, this is hands down unarguable. I'd have a little sign here, change my mind. And this goes for everybody. This is inarguable. If you're a child, if you're a woman, if you're a man, if you're a senior citizen, every disc golf course needs a bathroom.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, right?
I agree, definitely.
Yeah. There's having some of life's necessities, water and a bathroom at a disc
So you're
golf
going
course.
towards the amenities of the course.
I think it's just a bar none thing.
Yeah.
If you can have it, it would be the first thing. Sure, yes, let's put it in there right away.
Yeah.
Because you end up with porta potties and public use, and you know, we're all respectful when we realize we're at our event and people put in money and they're putting up, you know, signs, and there's vendors and there's of course porta potties, and the people that are using it are there and love to be there and want to be there, and they tend to be treated really well. But when you have a porta potty just sitting on the corner of the parking lot at your local course, it's just terrifying what goes on in there.
Yeah.
So, bathroom. That's what goes into making a good course.
Yeah, definitely the first start.
It's the staple.
I really thought you were going to just jump into hole design and like the course breakdown and for shots and things, but you went bathroom. That's interesting that that's the first thing that comes to your mind and not what the course breakdown is like.
You have to think about the
like
whole
as a
course.
designer, right?
You have to, if
like from the parking lot to the course to the experience to everything.
I think about my play in a hole. I don't picture just going out of just throwing frisbees. So I want to know what the whole course has to offer for my stay. So, and I always go at it like the angle like this. If I had an opportunity to create something from a beginning with no nose in the way and unlimited resources, I would want to build a course, and my first thought would be the amenities like a bathroom.
That's amazing. I mean, there's so many times, countless at this point, for courses that, where do I use the bathroom? I mean,
troubling.
man, you know, have a little bit easier time using the bathroom on the course. But it's a real thing. It's a concern. And I remember one tournament day too, like we got in our players' email beforehand, they said, hey, there's no access to a bathroom. Make sure you go to a Target or a Walmart before or at lunch or in between. And I just remember feeling, I don't know, like, I don't want to say alienated, but really that I wasn't thought about in the planning of this event. And that made me really nervous for the day. Like, yes, I packed my lunch, I packed my snacks, I had everything I needed, but the what if moment, like, what if I have to go? What if something happens? What if? And then I knew there wasn't access. And that, it was a feeling that I really disliked.
You have to play like that now.
And you have to play like that. And it's in the back of your head that, hey, if something happens, you're not close to a safe space to use the restroom.
It's a challenge.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the unfortunate parts of people who run tournaments are kind of at the mercy of what the courses have to offer. Like, you could be running a tournament and you just said you want a bathroom there, but it either costs money or it's not a possibility. So it's almost goes back to, like you were saying, the design of the course in the first place, not just when you're going to a tournament, setting up for a tournament. You can't do it if it's not there. So that's a good point.
Also, like the land, or if you're running a tournament, let's say if it's in a public park or a county park or whatever, what rules do they have in place? Like, can you bring in certain things? For how long? Can you set up early? Does it have to leave us right when the event's done? Like, there's just a lot.
Yeah, there's hurdles with it, so.
Yeah. So other than the amenities of a course, let's pick.
Well, so hold on real quick. It wasn't thought about. You're shocked to hear it, but now hearing it, what are your thoughts? Like, is it hard to undo that? No, it's a thought. I think it's really, it's some, and for the most situation, not a luxury, not an option. Right. Let's be realistic here.
Yeah.
But I don't go at things thinking from a limited perspective right away. I always go from unlimited and break it down from there.
Well, that's a good way to think of things. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I really just am surprised that was the first thing that you brought up. But
I got all mature about it very quick.
No, but it's great. It really is great.
You know, a bathroom with a little fold-down tray. You put the baby, you change the diaper.
Got to get the whole 9 yards. Absolutely.
Got to start those disc golfers young, right? In diapers.
What do you think goes into like making a good course, in terms of designing a good course?
I think you really have to look at the land that you have, the space. What are the natural obstacles that are there? I mean, is it very wooded? okay, if you have a very wooded park, you're not going to cut down all the trees to make an open course, right? So like,
Right.
where does it set up well? What's a good flow? What can we envision here? And I think the best courses have a mixture of really wooded shots, hyzer line, anhyzer line, or forehand lines, open
Variety.
holes. Yeah, I think when you go out on a course, or okay, not you, I should say me, my experience, when I go out on a course, I want to be tested in all parts of my game. And I think when there's a course that's, there's just a bunch of stock hyzer shots or something, anybody can do that. But I personally want to be challenged everywhere when I play. And I think that's a sign of a good course.
Good challenge. Well-rounded challenge
Yeah.
sounds appropriate for sure.
Good variety.
I like variety and working with the land versus going against the grain, like you said, instead of just clear cutting. Why would you go through all that? You just got to kind of work with what you got, see the landscape. I think that's good. Another thing that you said I also agree with, and it's got to be really up there in good design, is course flow.
Oh, yeah.
Walking dead walks and backtracks and stuff like that, it gets tiring. When you have a course where you could play something like, I don't know, 6,200 feet in 2 hours, that's a good flowing course.
Yeah.
And there's got to be challenge there, whether it's open or wooded. A 2 hour round with somewhere just over 6,000 foot of play, flow is important. That can't be overlooked. That has to be really put into the design with the layout. Becomes really important at that point.
Yeah, and all these extra walking between holes just tires you out, especially like 2-round tournaments, stuff like that. Maybe a 6,200 foot course, but like you said, if it's not well designed with the flow of it, you could be walking 10,000 feet. And then twice in a day, it's going to affect your play by the end of the second round. Literally getting tired just because of the design of the flow of the course.
Sure.
But do you compromise the flow of the course because you really want to get over there and get that shot? Sometimes you got to bend, I think.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a balance with everything,
Yeah.
but ideally, like you said.
For the most part, where everybody's at with, like you could be like a brand new newcomer to the sport, feel adventurous and propose to your town, and next thing you know, they're leaning up against you, and you've been playing for a year and a half. You're gonna end up with a basket and tee pads on the ground, but who knows what you're gonna get.
Right.
There's a lot of talented people out there designing courses, and there's a lot of camaraderie in our community. So there's so much work that goes into building a course. It's really like the families that build good courses. So yeah, that's a good question. So I'm really curious as to what people will comment in to see like what is their biggest concerns or what they think is like good design.
Yeah, I think you also need to think of when you're laying it out, crossing fairways, what that looks like, where are tee pads, where are baskets, where do errant shots go, like things like that.
Danger factor.
Yeah, for sure. Like, is your head constantly on a swivel, or are you able to focus in on where you're playing and not really be concerned about an errant disc getting,
Right, that's the last thing you want when you're just having a fun, casual round, disc flies past your head.
Yeah, that's
not what you want.
That's not what you want.
Don't hit my dog.
Or you. How about that?
No, me second.
Oh,
No,
okay. Okay.
The dog first.
Dog's number one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Don't hit the dog.
Priorities.
Point of the whole conversation is don't hit dogs with discs.
Here we go.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see another clip of the HyzerCast podcast, click this video right here. If you'd like to see a video from our main channel, Hyzer Media, click this video right here. And if you haven't done so already, click this link right in the middle to subscribe to our channel or the red button down below. Thanks.